fans, welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Raul, and this week I wanted to feature one of my builds that I really enjoyed doing, and love these kits, these old Johan kits here. But this is a '69 Road Runner, and as you know, Road Runner in its second year was just still blossoming, doing really well for Plymouth. Which for '68 they planned on 20,000 units. And ended up selling something like 43 or 45,000. So for '69, there wasn't really a whole lot of changes for the car. They did end up selling something like 83,000. They were really pumping them out. But they did add the convertible to the lineup, which there was no convertible for '68, but '69 they did add the convertible to the lineup. And unlike Dodge with their Super Bee, Roadrunner was getting more options. They did stay true to the 383 and Hemi only. You could not get a 440 in the '69 Roadrunner. Notable exception is the 446 pack that was available mid-year, but not initially. But that was a special packaged car. I'll delve more into that particular one than any others. But a little piece of trivia, some people don't know this, but you know how Mopar VINs, the 446 pack was the V code? Not for the '69 Roadrunner and '69 Super Bee. That was the fifth digit was an M for the 446 pack. But that was a full-on package deal car. Also, some notable things for the '69 is, and I did it on this one, the Ram Charger hood with the fresh air package was actually an option. The '68 Roadrunners had no fresh air. They just had the hood looked the same, but then the grills were orange. They actually opened up, and then there was a pull cable under the dash that you would pull to run fresh air to the car. It wasn't vacuum operated. You actually had a cable that you pull and turn it on and off manually, and that was available on both engines actually. And then the 383 was unchanged. Same thing with the Hemi. Pretty expensive options. Bucket seats also became available in the '69, which I don't remember the '68 having buckets available. But in '69 they were available. So that kind of makes this interior correct, but most of them had the bench seats. So with those few optional exceptions there, adding the convertible, adding the fresh air induction, and then the colors are starting to get a little more wilder. And also, the '68 Roadrunners, the bird emblem, the Warner Brothers Roadrunner bird emblem, was black and white only for '68. For '69, it became a color decal. Still a decal, but it was now in color. So the '69 and '70 and later, the Roadrunner bird was actually in color. But '68, black and white. But other than that, very little trim changes. The blackout treatment on the hood changed. Emblems were moved around. Grille was updated a little bit. Interior patterns. But the basic Roadrunner package stayed the same. You could get a little bit more upgraded interior, but your basic taxi cab interior was still going on, and a few other updates. Now, to get into my specific build here, like I said, this is a Johan kit, and I bought it as a rebuilder. So I will add some photos. There's probably going to be a lot of photos on this one, so I think I'm going to add a bunch of them at the end of it, but I'll paste some in here to give you an idea. And for me, kind of I don't know what it is with the Roadrunners. This one I actually rebuilt. I bought a rebuilder. It was orange, and I eventually rebuilt it into a yellow car. That was back in 2003, and I will also post some photos of that one. And initially I was pretty happy with it for a while, but it was the reissue kit, so it had the wrong interior. It had the '70 interior with the high back buckets in it. And it didn't have the stock wheels. I had put some wheels on it that I'd gotten from one of the Revell monogram kits with the bigger tires with the white letters, and I initially liked them, but I wasn't real happy. And I also had a Hemi engine in there from an AMT kit, because the builder I got had the custom wheels on it, and it had no engine in it, or it did have an engine. It had something in for an engine. I think it was an AMT engine with headers and then modified chassis. I think I had to swap that out. I did end up, I was happy with that one for a while in yellow, but as I had collected more of these to build a few more, and then a '69 GTX, so I For a while, these Johans were easy to get. They're still fairly common, the 69 Road Runner. They've gotten pretty expensive. Well, anything Johan has gotten really expensive lately. For the longest time, these were easy to come up with. 20, 30 bucks, you find yourself a nice builder. 40 dollars you can buy a nice kit. Now it's much more than that. But I had scored a few of the Roadrunners, and they were great for parts. I had a 69 GTX that I restored that I will feature. And speaking of features, this is one of the ones that's on my opening screens. So when you see the photos rolling when it announces the muscle car modeler, this is one of them on there. But as I was doing this, I was collecting parts for it and some parts builders. I ended up getting all the Johan engine, the tires. These are actually Model Haas tires with the red lines, but they're meant for the Johans. And the whole interior, this one's actually a Hearts Parts resin interior, because he cast the correct interior, but the dash I had, the steering wheel I had, but he cast the bucket seats and the interior tub. So that is his interior tub in there, and I don't know if the camera's actually getting it. It's kind of hard to get in there. Let's if I move this light a little bit. But he actually cast all of that, so I ended up using his interior and the tires from Model Haas, and then getting everything re-chromed. And this is the third time I rebuilt this one. So this one I think I finished a few years ago like this, adding the hood black out, adding the orange. My previous build was all yellow, which you'll see in those photos. And then just did a much better job detailing. These emblems right here, those are Keith Marks decals. And then the Roadrunner is actually bare metal foil, and that's bare metal foil. As you can see in the shine, I didn't really polish this one. This is how the clear laid out. So there's some boogers in the clear, but like I've said previously, a lot of these just sit for me. Put the Hemi Emblem right here. That's a Keith Marks decals. That's a Keith Marks decal on top of bare metal foil, if I remember right. No, that's just the decal, and then bare metal foil, and then the taillights. And ironically, I ended up losing a couple sets of these, so I had to cast some new ones. But anyway, and then, got this thing done. And at one point in time, I ended up breaking this A-pillar, and I ended up having to fix it. So, and then the underside is all Johan. The Hemi engine's Johan, and the 4-speed. And let's open up the hood. I haven't done that for you yet. And there's the Hemi engine with the air grabber. That's all Johan. And just did the engine compartment in orange, or in the yellow, which is correct for the car. The only thing that's really not correct is this mirror, the bullet mirror, but it's Johan correct. So it is correct, kind of. So when I rebuilt this, I tried to make it as authentic to the actual kit. So when I rebuilt it, although I did add that under there, which I believe that was Johan also. But for 69, they should be black, which I think that might be a Plymouth thing, because I believe the Dodge versions were orange, if I remember right in my research. But this is the kit hood and painted. I don't remember what yellow I used. I think it's just a tester's yellow, something that they had in the little half-ounce bottles. And then this is a semi-gloss black I sprayed right on top of it. And really pleased with how this came out in this particular setup and combo. So really enjoyed building this one, but it's just kind of funny that I bought it as a rebuilder, rebuilt it once, and then rebuilt it again. So this is the second time I've rebuilt it, but I'm really happy with the way it is now. And the same kind of thing happened with another one of the AMT ones. I'll show you that one in a later build, but I built it as a red 69 GTX right out of the box, GTX hardtop. Then for some reason I got the idea I was going to make it a Roadrunner. So I pulled it apart, sanded all of the GTX emblems off of the body, bought a resin grill to change it to a Roadrunner, and then put the decals on it. But it wasn't quite correct in the taillights, and that one I eventually had gotten these taillights from Model Haas that were meant for this kit, and molded them into that one. And then I made a 69 Road Runner from the AMT kit. And I was pretty happy with that. And then sometime after that, I decided I wanted to make it an A12 six-pack car. So I pulled that one apart, stripped it, and got the resin parts from Perry's Resin back then, and built that one as a six-pack car. So, you know, I had this one I turned in, you know, made a Road Runner. That other one I had made a Road Runner. So there's a couple of them. And I've still got another one of these that I haven't finished. Another Johan 69 Road Runner. But I'm making that an A12 car because I had bought the Model Haas A12 conversion parts for that shortly before they decided to close up shop. So I think that was a year before they closed up shop. But that's in my stack of stuff to build. But so stick around. At the end of this, I'll add a bunch of those photos. So I appreciate you subscribing and watching and commenting. I appreciate all that. And sharing my videos. And hit that bell button so you can see my latest alerts when I post videos up on Saturday. So thank you, and you guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you.